Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Know by Year. Today I'm going to talk about the cycle of social commentary and the notions of rage bait, waste bait, and other forms of clickbait. Oh my. So, humans have found so many ways to waste time and to seek attention. And these days, it seems like the way to get the most attention the most quickly is to do ridiculous things on social media. So some of these are represented by the trends that exist. The ridiculous trends like girl math, the trad wives who make things from scratch like bubblegum or Cheerios, and the PR unboxings and hauls, the rage baiting featuring your children. I don't condone any of these. So we have all of these things happening, and now we have the social commenters examining these things that are happening. And I've actually been among them. I've done reaction videos to PR unboxings, and a lot of my videos do bring up things that happen on social media, the social trends, because some of these trends did influence me to shop. And actually, originally when I was thinking about this video concerning things like rage bait and waste bait, clickbait, and social commentary, my first lens that I was looking through was the lens that these practices, these social trends, are distorting reality and that they're damaging and that they should stop and all of these things. But I saw an influx of videos, I've been seeing an influx of videos of large social commentary channels talking about this very thing. And that actually got the wheels turning even further in my mind. Because now, not only are we having the original examples of the offenses, of the content, we're having the people commenting on these examples of the content. So it's almost like there's twice as much spotlight on the content, both from the critical eye of the commenters and the eye of the initial presentation and the real feedback that that's getting. But with the public examination of these trends, it's almost like we've created another loop of time-wasting content in a way, or another way to fixate our attention on these problematic practices to begin with. Before I get more into this, I enjoy watching the social reactions. I enjoy watching people react to overconsumption TikToks or these harmful trends that have come. I enjoy seeing people critique them and do their examination of them and give their take on these practices. I find that entertaining, and I do see the value in making and showing these criticisms of these videos, of these pieces of content, of these pleas for attention from people in the influencer sphere. But I think because they're dealing with pre-existing content, they have limitations. Part of it's the very nature that they're showing a piece of existing media and then giving their opinions and their impressions of it. And it's hard to kind of take that deeper because you have that concrete example in front of you that you kind of have to respond to. Like you're not dealing with as much abstract thought because you have a concrete reaction. You have a concrete example rather than an all-encompassing idea. It's like me talking about the dangers of PR as an abstract idea as compared to me talking about it when I had that video of the influencer. And probably a lot of you found it more enjoyable when I had the actual example in front of me versus me just talking about it as a thought process. So like I said, I think these commentary videos, these reaction videos, have a huge valuable position in our society and our way of educating people or opening people's minds, because the concrete example is very important for some people to see and for some people to react to and to provide a contextual understanding of a situation or a trend. But I have realized that they can also be traps for me and therefore kind of impede my goal, one of my goals, of decreasing the time I spend on social media or on my phone in general, because I get sucked in. I get sucked into watching these kinds of things, and I don't fully evaluate whether I'm getting value out of what I'm watching. And once again, I'm not saying you have to get value, or the value of something has to be educational or tangible for it to be worth consuming. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying I'm learning to evaluate things with a more objective eye and to consume more intentionally. And to be honest, it's not just the social commentary channels that have this problem. In fact, many examples of content are like this. Even my channel is like this. And I guess, what do I mean? Like what? Well, when you have examples of these channels that create the same kind of content, they inevitably get a little repetitive. So you'll be hearing the same advice more than once, the same tips and tricks more than once, the same reactions more than once. Sometimes this reinforcement is exactly what you need to keep you on course, or to remind you of what your focus is on and what your values are, what you should be focusing on. Sometimes you've already assimilated as much of the advice as you're going to, and you don't actually benefit from this constant repetition. An example of where this was successfully utilized in my own life is back when I was trying to get out of debt, I would listen to financial podcasts, including The Dave Ramsey Show, as problematic as that guy is, and it would motivate me to stick to money habits that would lead to getting out of debt. I have since stopped listening to his show or any other financial shows, and now I can kind of see when even these financial gurus are trying to sell me something, and I can immediately step back. The reason I'm talking about the social commentary now is because in my current goals of eliminating my shopping habits, those are still points of possible danger and pain points, if you will, where I haven't yet graduated. I haven't gotten out of debt yet, and I can't just say, oh, it's time for me to step away. I do still need the reminders of, hey, you don't need this. This is why you don't need to consume this way. Or, hey, this habit is just to get attention. The influencer is doing this just to get attention. You don't need to be on your phone watching trad wives make things from scratch or people rage baiting with their kids. You don't need to be watching that. I'm not yet at the point where I can see that I don't need to be watching that. And actually, one could argue that on this journey of no-buy and decreasing my phone time is kind of crept in here. Some of this is helpful. Some of the commentary on the rage bait is helpful in telling myself, hey, I don't actually need to partake in this. I can put my phone down and I'm not going to miss out on anything because a lot of it's fake anyway. Or, hey, I don't actually need to buy this. So I can resist the urge to go look for things to want and move on with my life, and nothing bad's going to happen. So I'm actually still benefiting from most of this content. But I do think that I'm slowly reaching the point of evaluating with a more critical eye. And I can kind of start to spot where it's going maybe a little bit in the other direction, where the social commentary becomes kind of like rubbernecking after a car accident, right? The social commentary then becomes another plea for your attention, and not in service of public service, not in service of trying to educate people in a way where they don't need to watch it. But the social commentary then becomes an endeavor to make that content so interesting that you will watch that and you will get sucked in. I hope all of this makes sense, but I guess I've kind of also been reflecting on my own reaction to the TikTok video of PR. But I guess the bottom line is that humans are wasting time. And there's nothing wrong with it, but one of my goals, along with not buying stuff I don't need anymore, is not wasting time and prioritizing quality time with the people in my life. Giving the people I value the quality time that they deserve, and the attention from me that they deserve, and not giving my attention to, in a general sense, my phone. So my resolution is that I don't want to make time-wasting content, and I want to stop consuming so much time-wasting content. So, like I've said before, here I am being one of those repetitive examples. I'm learning to evaluate whether something is adding value to my life, even removed from the influence aspect, like whether it's trying to get me to buy something, but like, is my attention being spent wisely here? I'm working on reading this book still, so chances are I'll come back with more thoughts on this. This is Stolen Focus, and whether or not I've gained a better command of my focus and attention when I've finished this book and a couple of others that I'm working on to get a more comprehensive picture. But this is one step on that journey. The journey of being able to evaluate the things that have been taking my attention and focus in a more objective way. So that notion of rage bait and waste bait and clickbait, oh my, I don't need any of that anymore. It's not going to suck me in anymore. If you're not delivering something that's directly valuable to me, I'm now okay to perhaps break with my personality tendencies to really get sucked in and want to know how it works. And I'm stepping back. I'm turning away and reminding myself of what's important to me. And I think, honestly, that's helping me on this no-buy journey as well. I know we've started to take some twists and turns in these videos and these explorations, but I hope some of what I've said has been useful to you today. If it has, feel free if you want to subscribe and come back for the next one. If you want to share some thoughts in the comments below, I'm always so happy to read your thoughts and respond to them as well. With that, I will say bye for now and see you in the next one. Watch what you're watching out there, people. If anybody wants to see what my notes look like, they're on the back of literal, recycled notes.